I'm Alina, your host, and Gina's in the hot seat tonight.
Whoop, whoop.
And we brought back Jackie.
Miss Jackie.
It's been a while. I know, I've been trying to get you on here sooner. And I finally was like, okay, I just got to do it because this topic is, as much as I want to dive into this topic, none of us, Solomon, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Solomon included, none of us want to hear it.
No.
You don't.
I'm probably
Truth
the
hurts.
biggest one that doesn't want to hear it.
Truth hurts.
Yeah, I don't. Let me clarify one thing before we get started.
The views expressed by our guests are not the views of this show. Is that what you want to say?
Yeah. Actually, I had to
I
say.
do not claim to be an expert.
Yeah.
Yeah,
No.
it's a disclaimer. Let's put that out there.
Well, I'm glad you guys did all, because that's not even what I was thinking. So actually, yeah. Jackie did not go to school and get some dumb education to prove that she knows what she's talking about.
Yeah.
It's called life. She got the best education there is, experience.
Right, experience.
But first, let me make it clear. I believe in Jesus. That is my savior. My Halloween decorations or harvest decorations, we didn't do a lot for it when we were kids. So as we're older, I did it for my kids. I wanted them to just have fun with it. It's all for fun. I do not believe in witches. I do not believe in demonic spirits. I do not believe any of that. And the devil can kiss my brown ass.
Get into the nonsense.
It is definitely just to enjoy.
There's
some
too
fun.
many fun sponges out there.
Yeah, that's not. Yeah, I don't.
Oh, fun sponge. I like that.
I don't pray to anything like that. The only thing I pray to and believe in is the good Lord Jesus.
Mhm.
And on that note, Jackie, tell us what we eat and tell us it's good for us.
Ask away.
How long have you been eating healthy?
Well, first of all, let's just know what happened to you.
Yeah,
and why.
that was my question.
Because I know you from way back when, and you were not like necessarily where you are now.
No. We can go back to when, even before I had my daughter, which was 25, which I was a gym rat. And
Yes,
I knew how to, and kind of through in about 30-ish something, it stopped. But I kind of always people would ask, oh, are you a trainer? Do you do this? Do you do that? I just kind of self-educated myself. And I did what worked for me.
Right.
I would try, different things, different diets, different ways to work out. And I just always came back to what worked for me. And what works for me may not work for you. But I have perhaps maybe different tips that I could give or whatever. Fast forward. You know what? I'm just going to put it out there because I feel like I need to do a service to women who are probably banging their heads on the wall, going to the doctors telling them you're just fine. You're just old. It's just your age.
It's menopause.
Weight.
Right.
I had implants for years.
Yeah.
And my first set.
Breast implants.
To
clarify that.
Yeah. As you all knew. It's out to here.
Not booty implants.
Yeah. No, that was my own.
Her calves are all muscle.
And the first set leaked, whatever. Didn't think anything of it. Got a new set.
Wait, hold on. I have to interrupt. When they say leaked, because I hear
the water.
Where does it leak from? Does it leak into your body? Like
the saline was fine. Yeah, it just goes. Like I was sitting there at the gym one day and I'm in the mirror and I'm like, what?
So is it leaking through your nipple?
No, it goes into the body.
Oh, okay.
That's why they're dangerous. Because if it's not water, not to say water isn't, not to say they're not dangerous. Just because they're saline does not make them dangerous.
So wait, what were you seeing in the mirror then? Just a change in your shape or what?
I was like, why do I look lopsided?
Okay.
Like, whoa. Okay. And then I got home and I was like, looking in the mirror, I'm like, okay, something's off. Went and called, whatever, fixed it. Completely went to a grade 4 capsulation, meaning they were as hard as that table. Caused severe pain. And at this point, I tried to justify that I wasn't feeling well because I work nights. I didn't sleep a lot because I had to get my kid up for, whatever. The whole thing just didn't even faze me. I go to a different doctor, get the last set in. These were gummy. It was an experiment. These were experimental. I had to literally fill out
Okay.
forms and send them in like every few months.
But now they're out there as an option, right?
Yes.
Okay.
And they're not a good, none
Okay.
of it was a good
Okay.
option. But just to show that they kind of knew, put it this way. Okay, wait. I'm going to get this. Let me not get too far ahead. So I went and I got the gummy.
Okay.
3, 4 years start going by. I'm like, gosh, I'm just not feeling well.
Yeah.
Not feeling well. Not feeling well. Would do like, a paleo, would do all this stuff, feel good for a second, and then kapoof, done. Had problems with weight, whatever. Didn't think anything about hormones, wasn't old enough.
Right.
So then I started probably, I think I got them out in 2018. I can show you pictures. You would.
So this is the
proof is
second.
this is the third set finally.
Okay.
The third set. And so these were supposed to be great, blah, blah, blah. But we want you to fill out this form, blah, blah, blah. And I have an actual copy of the form. And it would ask tons of questions. And some of the questions were, does your body ache? Do you get headaches? Do you get like bloated? Do you have gut issues? Like all these things
I
that
have
was
all
having.
those problems.
But you had all those
now.
problems, right?
But I was going, and I didn't think then until after I started researching and I was going to all these doctors and nothing was helping. I was like, wow, like, wait, how do they know this could happen and they're asking the questions, so something's not right here.
Yeah.
So what happens is, long story short, is these things, saline or not, it doesn't matter. Do you want the saline to leak into you? It's probably safer than the gummy. However, it's not even that. It's the bag. The bag contains a lot of horrible toxins. And your body is at a high temperature and it starts to break down the bag. It starts to break down the toxins, and that's what gets into your body. So I would do blood work from these holistic doctors, and they're like, you have high levels of this, this, and this. And I'm still
So
not.
it's not the ingredient.
I'm like, oh, it's the work,
It's the
because we
bag.
breathe.
It's the bag.
The bag.
Okay.
But
But the
that's leaking
ingredient
the
is
toxin.
also toxic.
Yeah.
Okay.
If it's the
yeah,
gummy.
saying
Yeah.
not, but I didn't know
Yeah.
that the bag was also
I heard that all
toxic.
Yeah.
Yeah, we heard it.
Sorry, opening my soda. I was trying to be quiet.
Wait, are you literally drinking a soda?
No,
as
no.
she's-
I'm sorry.
Spindrift.
as she's
Yeah,
about to get
Spindrift
into
is
this.
good.
I know. Here, wait. Proof. There. Proof.
Spindrift.
I was like, she's about to talk to us about food, and you're over there opening up a soda.
No, he's got Spindrift.
I'm drinking a soda right
Yeah.
now.
I know Coca-Cola.
Yeah.
Okay, so fast forward. So do my research. Everything's hitting the buttons. I find this wonderful doctor in Newport that only takes them out. That's what he specializes in. Found a group of ladies that were like, I'm like, hey, we all have the same stuff going. Like, this is crazy. I was blessed enough to be able to afford to get them out. That's the
Okay.
problem. People can't
Can't.
afford.
To take them.
Yeah. So I went and I got it. And
Because the
like I
insurance
said-
doesn't cover that, correct?
No.
Okay.
No.
Well, would the insurance cover it if, God forbid, you were literally dying?
If I went through the process and went and got all my records and proved, no, I wasn't having that. I
Okay.
was already miserable.
Okay.
Like miserable. And if I have time, I'll bring it up and I could just show you, like, even from my stomach, like the night before my surgery. And I was always so bloated and puffy.
But you've never
Remember
been a
when
heavy
we-
girl, though.
No, exactly. Remember when we went to the Harvest Fest?
Yes.
Okay, if you look at those pictures, you could see just like my face was like so like bloated. And if I show you, which I will, I don't mind bringing it up. The night before, I was all puffy, all swollen. My stomach, you can't eat, right? Because
Right.
I didn't eat because I was already nervous. One,
Right.
two, you're not supposed to eat. I looked like I was 3 months pregnant. 3 days after I got them out,
Wow.
inflammation went, everything,
Gone.
the face, everything. And I showed
Wow.
people. I showed a girl today. I'm all, look, she's like, my mom's not well. And I told her it was her implants. I'm all, you go, look at these pictures. And she's like, oh my God. So anyway, so back to toxins and whatever in food. So during this whole process, I was not healthy. Like it was kind of embarrassing eating right. And you're going, oh, girl, why you got a little cheb going? Like why, you eat so healthy. What's going on,
Right.
So there was obviously other factors in it. Fast forward. It took a while to heal
Right.
because It takes a while to damage your body. It takes a while to heal it. So after all that happened, I kind of feel like my body, because of the trauma and the stress, I feel like I kind of kicked myself into kind of early perimenopause. So then I was
Oh
feeling
my.
so good, going downhill, and then boom,
It triggered.
it triggered. Yeah.
Jeez.
So it triggered an autoimmune, everything. So that's when the thyroid kicked in. Everything is kind of started kicking in because your body went, whoa, thank you. But then,
Oh, okay.
yeah. So there's other women that I've spoken with, like on social media, that we kind of would all like help each other out, like in the beginning, and
Support group.
yeah, is this normal? Is this not? What am I supposed to do? And so that was a long journey. It's been over like 5 years.
So since the triggering happened, that's when you started to research your food?
Yes, and that's when I knew that, and I always ate healthy,
Well,
but I
yes, you
knew
do.
that sometimes healthy food isn't good food either, and I had to figure out what was triggering the autoimmune, like what source of protein, what source, and I'm like, that's it. I'm gonna go plant-based because you know what? It's the meat that's killing. It's the meat. It's the meat.
Did you get any help from the doctors telling you what to eat, or did you do all the research
Well,
yourself?
Okay, so I did go see a gastro doctor after, and she's pretty big in Newport, and she's pretty much, very much plant-based.
But doesn't plant-based have chemicals?
A lot of it does now, but plant-based isn't necessarily eating the Impossible Burger. That's like us eating McDonald's, like the Impossible and all that stuff. Plant-based is whole food. Whole food plant-based are beans, vegetables, anything that isn't processed. All that
oh,
stuff's
okay.
processed.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
So I tried it. I really did, and I loved it. It did not love me. It actually made me worse.
Oh, geez.
Yes,
Wow.
it did. And it happens. I
Yeah.
mean,
But
I'm
how
I'm
long
not
did that take before you realized that you weren't
Oh
doing well
gosh,
on
I
it?
was like a year. I was trying it, like almost 2 years, and I was just like, something. I'm not doing it right. Maybe I'm not enough protein, but my body could not break down the beans. It could not. It just my body was not meant to do that.
Okay. Because some people are going to think like, oh, it was plant based and I thought that was great. And people don't realize that some things don't work.
No,
Oh yeah.
exactly.
Right. And just because
Well,
they're good for you.
everybody's body's different.
Right.
And we break
So-
it all down different. Like I
Right.
said, I kind of dabbled in everything. Like I kind of took a little bit of everything, like your blood type, and it does make sense.
Yes.
Did I give up avocado? No.
Nope.
Because actually, it helps me. It helps
Okay.
me stay full. It helps me get the good
Right.
fat. But I took bits of that. I just started taking what worked for me, and I stayed away. Like I noticed, like, gosh, like why can't I just eat like a normal salad? Like I couldn't have all this stuff in it because it just would bloat me. So it's really trial and error, and that's
Yeah.
for everybody.
That's me.
Right.
Everything bloats me. I wake up with a flat stomach, but as soon as I put something in my mouth, I feel like I'm 2-3 months pregnant. Literally,
And
everything.
that's your
bloats me.
gut. And that's the thing. This is
That's the source of
this
everything.
is the brain.
Yes.
So I'm just now because I went and saw this wonderful Dr. Lamb in Tustin, and they are they go for like kind of like what's going on. They don't just we're just going to take this little simple blood work. No, they go after everything, cortisol, adrenals. Like they know.
Right.
know-
Right.
they
They're
know
digging
what's-
deep.
They
They're
know
digging
what's
deep.
making sick.
Right.
Everybody's sick.
Yeah, because everything else is surface.
yeah.
You have to kind of dig deep for that other stuff that's happening to you. Because I
Yes.
have a really good friend who has an autoimmune, and yeah, it's the same thing. Everything she eats,
It's
So
terrible.
she's got it under pretty good
Yeah.
control. But
Yeah.
when we would be at work, somebody would offer her food, and I'd be like, "Get away
Oh
from
yeah,
her!"
you told us. that
Yeah, get
before.
away from her. Don't give her that.
And I know, and you start to know, like once you start, you have to make it like a part of your life. Is it
Lifestyle.
fun? No. And I want to say it's not like, oh, I'm miserable, I can't have anything. I don't want to do that. I know what's going to make me feel good and what's not.
Right.
If I want to feel like crap, well then I know I'll eat it and I'll
So
pay the
what do you
consequences.
eat and what don't you eat? I guess would be the question.
Yeah, my question was, what did you take out of your salad?
Yeah.
Okay, so I took according to also Chinese medicine, shouldn't even be eating salads, but I do because I like it. I just started having like the stuff that was broken down easier, like the butter lettuce, the romaine. That's it. Like I can't have like kale. I can't have any of that.
But
It just
kale's supposed to be good for you, no?
yeah,
Kale's
there's
disgusting.
no kale
Oh, it
has
is. It's rubbish. It feels like it's just like,
it's
but
it's got like a lot of the vegetables like spinach. Like you're not supposed to have a lot of spinach. You know
really,
that,
No,
right? Because
I know
kidney,
that
yeah.
too.
People like with who take iron pills and stuff like that, like you can't eat spinach like within 2 hours of it. You can't have dairy within iron.
Right,
A lot of
because my
people don't
mom's
know
on
that.
blood thinner. She can't have that.
A lot of what is it? Oxidates in it. A lot of oxalates, and it just doesn't. Your body can't break it down.
Okay,
So
so
it's
your butter, lettuce, romaine.
yeah.
What else can you put in your salad?
I can put. Oh, I do. I always put like I don't eat all nuts either because not all nuts are good
No,
to eat. Like almonds kind of aren't bad. I
no,
mean,
because
are
some
are
jerk
good.
told me how they are being stored,
Yeah.
and I was like,
beans are being stored in your body.
no,
No,
how they
how the nuts are stored.
how the
Oh,
nuts are stored,
Not
and
the
I was like,
beans.
after
oh,
eating it, and I was so pissed off because that I'm like eating all this
Yeah.
stuff,
Like
and
I do like raw pumpkin seeds pretty much
okay,
only.
I know those are good.
Yeah. Um, they
can
say
you put
macadamias are
the raw
decent.
pumpkin seeds? So it's not like the David's pumpkin
No,
seeds you buy
these
at the
are
No,
store.
these are
without.
raw.
Yeah,
They're nothing, and they're good for parasitic issues too.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
But yeah, I'll
So,
throw that in there. I mean, I would love
what
like
about dressing? You don't get no dressing.
I started making my own.
Out of
Oh,
So
what?
good
I
for
just
you.
use like olive oil, some vinaigrettes, even though they say don't use vinaigrettes, but I do that. And if you want to get real crazy, you could get like Greek yogurt and make like a more of a creamy one.
Right.
But I have to watch the dairy because the thyroid and the dairy, they say kind of watch it or just pretty much if it doesn't like trigger you, then it's okay. So you got to pick and choose. So with
Right.
food, it's like for me, like when I got back, the minute I started putting meat back in my diet, my body just went,
So
hallelujah.
you don't eat meat, or you do eat
No, I
meat?
do. That's all I do. I'm like a
Do.
So is it like a
carnivore.
carnivore diet?
Not
See,
necessarily,
okay, so
but
no,
like we
no.
were saying.
So hold on, not to interrupt both of you, but I'm shocked because last time we talked about eating, and even though I talked to you, we haven't talked about actually eating in a while. You weren't eating meat,
No.
right? So
No, that's what she was saying.
my daughter doesn't eat meat. Since I told you guys, since
Right.
April, Loran's just been juicing. She'll have rice and beans when we make them on our Sundays, stuff like that. But she doesn't eat meat. She'll eat chicken, but not that. She doesn't eat no fast food except for In-N-Out French fries. Like she's lost a lot of weight. She does feel better,
She does look good.
but it scares me that she's not getting enough protein. And I try to tell her to eat some meat, and she's like, "No, it's not good for you, Mom."
No,
And I'm
well,
like,
see,
"Girl, you need to
Okay,
stay."
here we go.
Because we were
So-
talking about blood type.
Let me tell you. So my meat, I'm not bougie. I'm not. I know what type you're supposed to eat.
Right.
So
Grass fed.
grass fed, grass finished, pastured. So I buy from Buy Ranch Direct, and they're at a couple of the whatchamacallit markets.
Sprouts
Yeah.
and stuff
No,
like
no,
that?
no, 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 no,
Not
no, no,
Sprouts?
no. These are only at let's see, brain fart because I didn't eat. I'm just drinking aminos.
I mean, Whole Foods, Trader Joe's.
No, Whole Foods, the farmers
Albert's.
markets.
Oh,
Okay.
Farmers market.
Okay.
Yeah.
okay.
So that's where I get my meat, and
Which farmer's market, if you don't mind?
the one in Long Beach on PCH and Second, but I think they go out to Torrance too. I
Okay.
think.
Okay.
But
So you
you
do
can
eat-
buy online.
I wasn't even
No.
aware that you
Yeah.
could buy meat at,
And let me tell you the
At a farmer's
taste.
market.
right?
It's all frozen, like they all
Do they
Right.
sell bacon?
Because I love me some bacon.
work. But anyway, I'm not going there with that.
You guys are taking.
Please
her on a
don't ruin
tangent.
my bacon.
I pork is
Please.
even in the Bible it says don't eat.
No,
So
If
you
you-
hold on. So
don't
you
eat
don't
things
eat.
with hoofs.
You don't eat.
I don't eat pork. I don't eat chicken. I don't eat.
Well,
bottom
cows have
feeders.
hooves.
No, I'm saying no.
Oh, okay. So I was like,
You no lobster, crab, and that's just because I don't like the taste of it. But it's also a bottom feeder. I don't. And when I was way back when I was dealing with before I even knew any of this was going on, I went to an autoimmune specialist, and he's like, "Do not, whatever you do not eat lobster. Do not eat bottom feeders. The bacteria it gets in. He goes, I had a patient, not trying to scare you, but he got this horrible bacteria infection and it got to his brain and he died. And I was all,
No more bottom feeders.
but I don't.
Well, I just came
I
from
don't
Alaska
enjoy it.
and I dusted a crab. I'm good.
I don't enjoy it. Doesn't.
Is it safe to
But
say
you've
that?
but you don't like seafood anyway.
I mean, I like fish, only certain fishes, but it's not like.
Well, I mean, I don't eat seafood all the time, but
I mean, I'll do
I
like,
like
a good
lobster
sea
and crab
bass
and
or
shrimp.
something.
I just came from Alaska.
I mean,
Of
that
course,
would
I
pro-
dusted
that
a
would
crab while I
probably
was out there.
be that, but I don't like, oh, give me some crab legs. Or,
Okay.
I want lobster.
Okay.
Nah.
So is it safe to say
So-
that the food today compared to the food 10, 15 years ago is so vastly different? It is not
100
as whole as it used to
Absolutely.
be.
Absolutely.
And do you think that's what
Absolutely.
leads into, for women, earlier menopause or more seriousness, more
without a
side effects
doubt.
of menopause?
That's why you saw probably when Brooke was like younger, you would see girls like
Oh,
And
more,
I didn't know
they're
back
fully
then.
developed
Yeah.
more today than
And
ever
that's
before.
because of
Start
all the
looking,
hormones,
the milk,
and yes,
everything, the food, even the meats.
But
like
it-
they load them up with
yes,
the hormones.
and I'm
So-
gonna regret this to ask you to do it, but I'm pretty sure that somebody wants to hear this, and I'm not gonna stop eating McDonald's fries. But can you just read like one or two of those things that you were showing us about what
the difference.
the
Yeah.
difference in
Well, my
McDonald's
biggest
fries
question is-
back then?
I mean, if you flip something over nowadays, if it's
Well, but
got like
nobody
10
knows how to-
ingredients,
we
I'm
don't
not.
understand those ingredients.
But why this is if you can't read it or even spell it without looking
Yeah.
at it twice, you shouldn't be
Yeah,
eating it.
no.
But how come our country allows all those extra
all
ingredients
those preservatives
compared to all
into
the
our
other
food.
countries? Because I feel, and every time I say this, including my mom and my aunt and everybody look at me like I'm crazy, they're trying to kill us.
Of course they are.
For sure.
Because
Okay.
they want
So
us to
when
go to
you
the
have-
doctor.
When you're sick, okay, so let's do this. Now we all know, and it's out there. It's not some conspiracy theory. They've put it out there already
Right.
that when you take like cholesterol meds and all that,
which are fake.
Fake.
it causes dementia.
Oh yeah, very
and-
early.
Yes.
Yes, that's why I
So-
don't take cholesterol pills.
Nope. You don't need to.
Mm-mm.
That's a whole new subject. No, I'm not certified, but I do
No, I don't take-
research.
But-
and
but
I
everybody
was told
knows
to
that.
take them,
Yeah.
and I don't take them.
Yeah,
but
me
it's-
too.
And this is without us having this conversation. So
Yeah.
this is not a conspiracy.
No,
I know the same thing
I've
about
gone
chole-
through it.
Yes.
I've watched it. I've at that point when I was at the infectious disease. Oh, I can't sleep. Okay, here we'll take some Wellbutrin. What's that?
Yeah.
Oh, you can't do this. You can't sleep. Oh, here, take this. And I'm going,
Everything
huh?
is just giving you a medicine
Yes.
because it just makes them money.
And so people are like,
they don't want to
okay.
make you better.
Well,
Yeah.
yeah, because we're told that we
Okay.
should trust our
Here's
doctors.
a fun one. So, someone I know's mom takes these diabetic pills. Well, guess what the side effects of those are?
Suicide.
Depression. So she gets depressed. So what do they put her on? Depression medication.
Antidepressants.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh, it's great.
They do it with
Oh,
kids.
it messes with her cholesterol. So guess what she's on? Oh, and her blood pressure. So it just keeps going.
Oh yeah.
Well,
So
yeah,
it's
because I'm
nonstop.
in that. Well, I'm not going to say because I'm diabetic, right? And so I have to.
You have to watch.
Yes, I have to watch, but I have to take my medication. I have to take the Ozempic.
do you
I'll
have
tell
to?
you. Yeah.
Or
Yeah,
well,
if you
it
ate
helps.
if you
for
ate
her,
better and changed your
no,
diet. Would
no.
you?
because her body just isn't. It's not producing and handling the insulin the way it should.
Yeah, properly.
Which she's just. It's her pancreas. It's just that's.
That's just the way it is.
It's the way it is.
So yeah, when I started, my A1C was at 9. Then we got it down to 6. So I was happy. We're good. And then what happens? Everyone starts taking Ozempic. So now it's not available to me because they're out. So I was off of it for a few months. My A1C went back to 7. I just got a hold of the medicine, so I'm back on
Which
it.
for someone isn't good. If those chicks want to go on Monjuro, Wegovy, or whatever, or I got a better idea. Take some peptides. You don't need a GLP-1. GLP-1s are meant for people who have issues.
Right.
So all these people who got lap bands, didn't work, got their stomach cut, didn't work, you think the Ozempic's going to work? Because you
It-
can't take it forever.
No.
Because you're not taking it properly. You're not taking
Yeah.
it
And
for
you're
the
not
right
taking
reasons,
for
and you're going
what
to
it's
blow your
made
kidney and your
for.
liver out.
Make sure you're in the
For
microphone,
yeah.
sorry.
what it's made for.
Exactly.
Right. And so people thought like I was taking it to lose weight, and I'm like, no, bruh, I'm diabetic. Like
She
I,
just broed us.
like
She just
no, I'm
Uh,
diabetic. So like, don't get me wrong, the Ozempic it works with me. It shoots up my metabolism so much, and it puts
But you
me
also have to get
right.
yourself to eat because
And I
and
snack
and you
and
can.
eat all day.
So I heard a rumor, and people have said this, and I'm not on it. I don't need to be on. Thank God, nothing like that. But does Ozempic make you lose muscle mass?
Of course.
Of
So
course,
you're
because
losing the
takes
weight,
anytime
but
you
you're
everything.
not.
lose weight
Mhm.
at a fast rate, your muscles go. So yes, you do. Which is the one thing that I don't like is that weight loss, because I don't want to lose any more weight.
Yeah,
And so
because I've
that's
never
my
seen you this skinny in my
yeah.
life. Yeah.
So the back and forth with my doctor, I'm like, okay, we'll start up again, see where we're at. And I told her, if I start losing weight like I did the first time, I'm done.
Well, you just
Yeah.
go lower to the dose.
Right. And I
You
told her,
take
I'm
the baby
done. So we're
dose.
going to have
But
to
see, these
figure it
women
out.
are out there doing the highest dose. I'm sick. I can't.
Yeah, I don't
Well,
get sick.
I don't know who. It's not a doctor giving it to them, obviously. It's
Right.
a wellness center, or they're
Yes.
getting it online.
Right.
So they're
And so
not
you can't-
taking a now.
yes.
Now, let me back up because I'm probably going to get haters. I understand if you need, because it does. What it does is it helps with the food noise, and it helps slow down the digestion. Which at a certain age, perhaps you need it, and I
Right.
get it. But if you do it properly, now I have
Correct.
talked to women who've done the other, not the Ozempic, because they got too sick on it because it wasn't meant for you to do that.
Right. You're not
Please do the other
diabetic.
one. So they started taking the other ones and started lowering the dose. And I said, why don't you do yourself a service and like go for walks? If you don't want to go to the gym, don't go to the gym. It would be great for you because we need to keep the muscle to stay healthy so we don't break when we're old.
Is it
And-
safe to say if you stop the Ozempic, the weight's going to come back?
If you do not change your habits,
Right.
the weight will come back.
Yes.
So
Because
it's the same
it's
old-
a
it's the same
lifestyle.
old
It's the
change.
same old thing.
Yes.
It's just
Temporary bandage.
yeah. Just
Right. It's
like
glorified
everything
right
else.
now. I totally agree. It's glorified.
Like when the lab band was on fire. Yeah.
Yes. Yes.
Well, if you're not teaching yourself to eat right.
Oh, yeah. Oh, no. Don't get me wrong. Fat girl inside still exists.
Yeah.
If I can eat a cheeseburger, I'm eating it.
Oh yeah.
I don't want anyone to think that I'm like this healthy ass person, because I'm not.
I'll just make my own
So,
cheeseburger.
and let me make
Yeah.
something clear. The reason I'm being very quiet is I have my dad's genetics. So I thank God, necessarily health wise, I have to watch what I eat, but I don't have to watch what I eat as far as gaining weight.
Yeah, because you've
So,
always been.
Yeah. So
slim,
it's
period.
not that I'm listening to you guys and I want you guys to feed the information for the listeners, but don't think that, because I'm actually being very educated on it, because I thought if you took Ozempic, once you were done off of it, then it's like the lap band. That's why I'm
Your
asking
body
you the
goes-
questions.
oh really?
right back up.
So here's McDonald's fries in the
Yeah.
US and McDonald's fries in the UK.
Yeah.
First of all, I put my glasses on because I'm blind.
And let me just tell you,
That does say rapeseed,
it does say
It does.
rapeseed.
not grape. purple.
but back before any of this, what I read to you, it was russet potato and tallow. That was it.
So the things that are
And
in
tallow
red,
is amazing.
I'm
I
going to
love
assume
tallow.
are the
Tallow
bad
is
things.
Eat it
amazing.
and I rub it on my body.
Oh yeah, I do too. I do it on my face. Mm-hmm.
So
Helps,
what?
it helps
Tallow.
build collagen.
That's what I use it for. Tallow.
Tallow, but it's more for like
Okay.
Like
body uses.
Oh, okay.
Not the tallow you get in the store. I mean, you could, but your
You
dog will
could,
probably
but-
lick you to death.
right, because we get it from my son does jujitsu. So one of the guys there like legit makes all this type of meat. So he makes the tallow, right? And we actually give it to our dogs too.
Oh, it's great for the dog.
Yeah,
coat and
we give it to our
everything.
dogs.
But yeah, but you see,
So in the US and the UK, that's Mountain Dew. That's my thing is, I guess my thing is, what is going on here in the US that our food has become
Greed.
so bad?
greed.
These kids have ADD, ADHD, as people call it. These kids have depression. They have anxiety. Don't get me wrong. I know a lot of the technology leads to the ADHD and the anxiety because we have to be fast on our
True.
phone all the time.
Ah,
Look at our ketchup. Like, wow, look at our ketchup.
So bad.
it's gross.
Tomatoes.
It's
I'm trying to
gross.
see
It's
the
embarrassing, really.
Do we have to import
What?
from the UK?
Why are we okay with our kids that are obese? When JFK was president, he had a whole speech, and I wish I would have freaking brought it. I didn't think about it. He had a whole speech on how we have to make everybody healthy. He was all about PE. He wanted PE
Well,
to
look
stay
at
in
the
the classes.
70s and all that.
And now we
Remember
don't have all
PE
that.
was
Remember, you
was-
had to do so many pull-ups and so
Yes.
many sit-ups
I
and all
got
that
yelled
stuff.
at
Figure eight
all the
at Dotson.
Yes.
time.
You had to do all.
Oh,
now,
Dotson was
The run.
horrible. Yes.
Figure eight.
I used to get yelled at.
And now we don't have any of that. And these kids, you see them walking down the street. These girls are heavier than I've ever seen.
It's because
The
of that.
kids are
Look
heavy.
at the Doritos.
Look at the Doritos.
Look at artificial color. Red number 40 will be the death of you.
Oh yeah. Red dye is bad.
Okay, why is
So
red
is
dye
blue and
bad?
so is yellow.
It's derived
Why not?
from
No,
petroleum.
I don't know. So I'm asking you. Like, what is?
It's derived from petroleum.
Mhm.
And it literally causes loss of concentration. My son is autistic, and when I back then, he's 18 now. So when I found out he was autistic, he was about 3.5. So there was nothing out there.
No.
Very, very little. So I did whatever research I could, and I had his gut tested. So that gave me a base. And the red dye would make him insane.
Those chemicals
Yes.
destroy your gut.
Yes.
Okay, you see the pattern? So if you can destroy the gut, it's going to cause a ton of issues.
And it's like you said,
Ton of
your
issues.
gut, people, truth is the brain. Down to what your scalp is like. Okay? From your gut, your skin, everything starts here.
Yeah.
So
Right?
what it gives me is, and I know this for a fact, when I eat too much sugar in a day, or I eat too much sugar in accumulation,
You
of
guys
days,
both get migraines.
I get severe migraines where I'm crying, I'm throwing up, the light, the whole
It's
thing.
poison.
And I know this. And a few days after my migraine finally breaks and goes away, I'm like, no sugar, no sugar. And I won't have sugar for a few days, and then I slowly creep it in, and I feel like when I have that one soda, I can't have just one soda because it's addicting. And days goes by, now like, I mean, I eat sugar, and I can't tell you how bad my sugar is. And then my migraine pops in, and then I swear it off again. It's like I'm a drunk. Like, I'm never drinking with my friends again.
because
It
it's
is.
made to be addictive.
Yeah.
It is.
Well, I'm
It's
that
like-
girl that's
it's
like,
worse
I'm
than
never going to
crack.
drink with my friends
Yeah.
again. I got drunk last night. I'm hungover, and then you don't drink till the next weekend, right? That is literally what I go through.
I remember
Sugar's a
those
drug,
days, yes.
right?
Lord Jesus.
So I just don't
I'm not doing it no
understand.
more.
Like, we look at these kids and what we're feeding them as a country. You see them walking down the street. Even my, I mean, not meaning me, but they have the hot chips, the Mexican.
Hot Fritos.
the-
Hot,
yeah,
all
but what are
those.
they called?
Oh,
The
the
hot chips, the spicy chips.
Why
I
are
know what
we?
you're
We're
talking
Mexican.
about.
Why are we losing our brain right now? I know
But
what you're
that
talking.
has the
People,
red-
you know what we're talking about, right?
That has the red dye in it. 'Cause
Yes.
you could tell the Cheetos
Yes.
are all hot and all
You know
that
how
stuff.
impossible that was to take the red dye out of his system.
So he doesn't eat it now?
No, he knows. He knows he's not supposed to have it. He'll remind me.
Oh.
He's like, "Mom, I can't have that."
you got to flip it over.
Yeah.
All the candies have it.
Yes.
All the
And
little
so
candies.
What would happen though,
candies,
what was
everything.
interesting is like everybody kind of thought, well, like, oh, okay, so you're taking dye out of his food. Why are you doing that? So we would have family gatherings, right? Somebody's birthday. What's at a birthday? Cake. Because I didn't want him to feel like left out and freaked out,
Yeah.
that he's on this, whatever. So I'd let him have a piece, but everybody had a warning. You've got about
Yeah.
30 minutes. He is about to zip through this motherfucker.
Really?
And so he would eat the cake
It does.
and
It's
he
cra-
would
I'm
be
telling you.
zooming and everybody
Like the
would go-
Tasmanian devil?
Yes.
That's
and
what my friend's
everybody-
kid did.
Yes.
I'm telling you. It
It's a
went
real
from 0
freaking
to
thing.
100, and like I'm sitting there going,
It wears off.
and it was like, oh, like he was just. And I was like,
Yeah.
oh. I'm like,
Yes.
do you not see what just happened? He was
Yes.
fine when he came
Yes.
in. He ate the candy,
Yes.
and now he's bonkers.
Yes. Yes.
That's why you can't control
So
your child.
I relieved my son's autistic symptoms, right? You can't heal him, but
No.
I relieved him of that, and it allowed him to absorb information. He stopped screaming. Of course, he was. His dad put him in a speech therapy, so that changed his whole life. And
Food is
because
powerful.
because he was able to concentrate, it opened up doors for him. So if you see him today, it'll take a sort of a minute to
Yeah.
figure out that he's autistic because he went through high school by himself, graduated with honors. He's great. But I'll tell you what, before I knew all that stuff, there was no talking, no walking.
Jenny McCarthy is a big, huge
That's where I
advocate
got all my
for
info.
autistic and the food, and her and Jim Carrey when they were together
Yes.
about
And the
what's on the food
vaccines
and the
Yes.
vaccines.
with
Yes.
the mercury.
And
Yes.
I just wonder, like, with all these kids that are eating it and the lower income families, or even now the
Well, I think
middle
that's
income
the-
families.
Right, but
Like,
I
it
think
doesn't-
That's
the
all they can
problem,
afford
too.
now.
That's-
See, they make it
yes.
affordable.
Yes.
When you eat health, even before the sky inflation, the sky hike of all the damn food,
The pandemic.
you know, I was like, oh, like, you know, I paid what back then, like $5 for eggs, and that was a lot.
right?
Like whatever. Now I'm like, no, I paid $10. But anyway, like it's even back then. I mean, not everyone could. Even when it was affordable, people still, you know, had a budget, and you tried to incorporate
Right.
the healthy
Right.
food. But go down the aisles. What's cheap? Processed food.
Oh,
Yeah,
absolutely.
because cage free brown eggs, a dozen of them will cost me almost $10.
Well, see, cage free doesn't mean a whole lot if you want to go down that rabbit hole.
Why don't these companies just sell the same safer products
that.
everywhere? I'll tell you why. Europe takes a precautionary principle approach towards food additives that are potentially risky. They banned or add warning labels to these additives for their citizens. The US takes the opposite approach. It does not remove additives from our food supply until they have been proven dangerous, which can take a very long time and a lot of red tape. This means Americans are literally the lab rats. Ooh, the U.S. government allows food companies to largely police itself, deciding which ingredients, chemicals, and additives are safe to use in their products. This clearly isn't a wise approach. That is crazy.
Wow.
In Mexico, they don't have a lot of the additives that we
No,
have.
because
they
when I
don't.
went to Costa Rica, I never
GMOs.
got bloated.
But
in
now
Costa Rica.
they're slowly adding it, and they're saying, I don't know if they're slowly adding it or if they're importing stuff, you know, but it says on there now, this food causes weight gain, this food causes unhealthy, blah, blah. It's labeling it, like not in the back or in the ingredients, right in the front. Like there's a box of cereal and it says it across the box of cereal.
Oh, just like
Really?
we do cigarettes.
Yeah. Huh?
Just like we do cigarettes here.
Yeah. So I look at it and I think that with Loran eating the way she does and Seth eats the way he does, like I see a difference in their moods for sure. Loran's not as agitated. Seth's definitely
Oh,
not
yeah.
as agitated.
Oh,
you
yeah.
know what I mean?
It does.
They're
It
very
yes.
does. It totally
messes with your mood. That's why I
everything.
said your gut is the center, right?
So you don't eat any fast food. When you go to a restaurant, if I called you and said, "Hey Jack, let's go to dinner tomorrow night," and we're
Oh,
gonna
We're
go
going to
to
Think Cafe or whatever.
or to
Go
Train.
ask.
What do you?
Go ask
what
the
do you
people
order?
always- they get irritated. Where do you want my Brooke? Where do you want to go eat? You're the picky one. You're the one that can't eat anything. I'm like, sorry. It's
So
not that
will
I
you
don't.
eat a
It's
steak
just-
from like if we went to Trainees or Think Cafe or something? Would you
Would you
eat
eat
it?
I
steak
would.
there?
I mean, I pretty much know like it's probably not like the grass fed, but I
Yeah.
know it's not like the worst.
Right.
But I would go for a red meat versus chicken or anything
Right.
else.
I love
Maybe
me
if
some
there's
red
a
meat.
sea bass or something, but mostly, and that was the opposite. I was like afraid of, oh my gosh, red meat's going to kill me. No, that's what saved me.
Yes.
That's what got me
Yes.
back
How are your headaches?
better.
Are they? How do you feel overall?
100 times better.
Really?
100 times better.
Good.
Yes.
I'm glad to hear.
Food is key. Like I told
Absolutely.
you, if I go and as great as it tastes and as healthy as it could get, if it's not what I'm supposed to have, I'm wrecked. Like my joints will start aching. Like I have
Oh,
like
really?
fibromyalgia. Yeah, because my body, first of all, is not used to eating that kind of stuff. So when I do, my body's like, excuse me.
If you were going to treat yourself, what would you eat as a treat?
Okay, so there are things that don't bother me.
I want to know.
Believe it or not,
we're gonna hit
In
some
and Out
vices
is one
here.
of them.
Yeah.
And that doesn't have the greatest, if that's what I'm gonna, go.
It's one of the
rogue.
safest. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like In and Out, but I can't do a lot of stuff because a lot of things with natural flavorings and stuff just don't sit well. because
Right.
we don't know what's in a natural.
What do you
food.
eat for breakfast?
So I can eat anything. Like I don't just have eggs. Like if I made enough and leftovers, I'll eat whatever leftovers. But usually I try to um eat eggs in the morning, but I'll always have eggs with like meat.
Avocado
Yeah,
or
with another
meat.
protein. Because
Right.
eggs, unless you dump in a bunch of egg, well, I'm not doing that.
Yeah. No.
Do you eat
Um,
bread?
Sometimes
Like sourdough bread?
I'll do
or
sourdough, but again, it depends because
that enriched flour.
So if somebody
yeah,
makes you, let's say, a loaf of sourdough, can you eat that?
yeah.
Okay. Would that be better than buying sourdough?
You can get sourdough. Like I get sourdough from farmers market, and there's minimal ingredients.
Okay.
They does because the enriched flour is what's bad and all that. stuff.
Yes,
Right.
but some of them
the
don't
wheat that's in there. That's
use
bad.
that kind of flour though.
But just for clarity, it doesn't last as long though, right?
no,
No, it's not
No.
supposed
Yeah,
to, but that's the way
No.
natural food is, right?
Yeah,
I don't know,
but-
Solomon, if you remember, like you
Bread
couldn't
would
keep-
go back.
bread
bad
would
so
go
fast.
bad.
Right.
Remember, it had green mold
Yeah,
on
See
it.
their bread
quickly.
Yeah.
from the farmers market. This place, they have like
Now everybody's gonna
Plain
go. I want to go.
sourdough.
We should go.
trust me, you're gonna want to go. They have like sourdough garlic, sourdough jalapeno cheese. I mean,
At the farmer's
rosemary
market?
sourdough.
At the farmer's market?
Yes.
I love
Okay,
sourdough.
so what do you eat as far as fruits? Do you eat any fruits?
Only berries.
I've heard. So everything you're
Only
telling me, the
blueberries.
questions I'm
So
asking is
berries.
there's
So not cantaloupe, not watermelon. Those are not berries.
pineapple's good, right?
I love pineapple. It's just really high in sugar.
But it's a
I'll-
natural
don't
sugar,
worry.
right?
I'll don't get me wrong. If I'm gonna like I want something sweet, I'm like I'd rather eat a bowl of fruit.
Yeah.
But
Because I do notice,
Now I want a pack of M&Ms after this talk.
right?
yeah, I don't even like the taste of an M&M.
Oh, I
It's
love
so artificial.
But so the bread I noticed because shout out to
Your
my
lights on
homie
your
Chris.
Oh, is it?
He makes his own sourdough, and he always brings me.
I'm
sourdough,
jealous.
right?
Does he?
And yes, and it just
It's different.
it's so
different.
different.
Because it's minimal.
How often does he
ingredients.
make it?
all the time. He always brings me loaves because
Can he bring me a
everybody
loaf?
Yeah, I knew that was
everybody
coming.
knows
Well,
that's
can
the
you-
way to my heart.
can you
You have to
bring me a
bring me
loaf?
food.
It's
And yeah,
That's the
Chris is
best way to go.
amazing. And
No,
he
that-
makes
Well, I
it
got
on
a
his
text
own.
message yesterday from one of the guys at work because they've been trying to eat healthy. They do try to eat healthy, and I literally got a text message that said, "Listen, we're going to start to eat healthy, and we're going to get you on board." And I was like, okay." And the next text message, I kind of got my feelings hurt. It said, "Alina, do not bring donuts and bagels anymore." And I was like, "Oh, well, how am I supposed to feed you guys then?" Like,
no donuts and bagels.
yeah,
Well, I'm still down with donuts and bagels. I'm sorry.
See, and I
sorry.
can't eat them though. Even as a kid, I couldn't. The whatever they're
Yeah.
fried in, it always hurt my stomach.
Yeah.
Now,
I used to be lactose intolerant and have to go to the bathroom all the time.
Oh God. And then she
Now
would-
I don't.
I would get so mad at her.
Now I'm the opposite of going to the bathroom all the time, and it's because I know the food just
yeah. Yeah.
like
But there is this donut place on 2nd Street. It's called Holy Grail. That's my weakness.
Is it
So-
real donuts?
no.
They're
It's like a donut
like
with some kind of like
no, it's
vegetable
vegan, but
in
they
it.
use
Wow.
like a different they fry it in like this coconut type of oil, but they use cassava flour. So let me tell you, and they're fresh. When you go in there, you're like, okay, can I have that one, that one, that one, and they make them right there.
You
I'm-
lost
You
me
need
as
to try
vegan.
it.
Are you
What is
sure
the-
that
what's
I
the
mean,
name
is
of
it
it?
close to at
Holy
least
Grail.
tasting like a
Oh.
real donut?
But see, to me, yes, because other donuts they're just so heavy. It depends what you like. I
can't jelly filled.
Oh well, no, these aren't jelly filled. But
Glazed twist is not.
let me tell
heavy.
you, if you want to kind of go out of your comfort zone, they are amazing. Like I
Okay.
brought some to work once, not a whole bunch because they're kind of expensive. But one of the girls at work, she's like, I don't eat that. I'm like, just try the little donut hole, okay? Just a cinnamon.
Did
sugar,
you
just
tell
try
them
it."
they were vegan, or did you just put them out there?
I did. I said they're like, like a vegan donut. And she's
Mm.
like, and then she's like, oh my gosh. I go, yeah.
Really?
Because they're hot, they're warm, they're amazing. And then
Okay.
they make coffees with like this cashew coconut milk, which
Ooh.
is amazing.
Ooh,
But their first place was in like Oahu or something. So
really.
thank
So this is
Jesus
definitely-
they're not open early. They open at 7, so I miss them all the time because I have to be at work before 7.
Or you'd be getting. So this is definitely a lifestyle for you. This
It
is
is.
like.
It is. I have
Do
to.
you sleep better?
Well, yes and no. My sleep is
Yeah, that's probably
yeah.
the other stuff that we
that's
don't
the other stuff.
wanna talk
But
about.
I try to like manage it, but there's just it's hard to get around it.
Right.
Menopause and all that now
Yes.
because of what we've done.
Right.
It's not what we're doing; it's what we've done.
Right.
We just don't get this way overnight.
Yeah,
It's
no.
years and years and years and years. That's
Yeah,
why.
because I'm like, yeah, like I like I said, because when we got here, we were talking, and I was like, you were asking about the candy, and Alina was like, "You're a liar." I love candy, but it doesn't hurt my stomach.
Yeah.
It doesn't give me headaches.
Yeah.
But I just know that it's not something that I can always have. So what I was telling you guys was that I'm off the candy, and then I'll go back on, and then it'll go off. I don't know if that
Well, especially you kind of do have.
I'm off the crack, and then I'll go back on, and then I'm off
Yeah,
the crack,
and
and
it's
then I'll
kinda
go
like
back
what I
on.
You have to watch it.
Yeah,
Especially
so I'm
as you get
doing-
older.
Yes.
Because everything technically, even though fruit, like certain fruits, you really shouldn't be eating because it's higher in sugar, like a banana and all that.
I don't like bananas.
Wait, what?
I don't like bananas. I don't like the
They're
consistency.
dry and
Yeah, like
Bananas are
it
good
feels
for
like
my
peanut butter.
headaches.
Mwah.
I mean, it's got good potassium.
Yeah,
It does.
definitely does.
It does.
But also too, in the whole diet thing, like people just go and they'll get water. You always have to make sure your water's dead.
You have to
If you're
have salt in
drinking
your water. I heard.
Regular water,
I
water's
put
dead.
Celtic salt in
So,
my
but
water.
you need electrolytes too.
Yeah. So
I get Cure, and I get the NMD ones, whatever. But I always put it in there, and then you can do the salt. But if you drinking dead water, it's never going to hydrate you because I could
Right.
tell, like, especially when you have like thyroid issues too, your fingers look like
Yeah.
raisins, but it's because you're dehydrated.
Yes.
Even though, like, I thought I drank enough, like I drink more than this, but I was like, oh, I guess I did.
But back in 1980, 1970, even the early 90s,
there was
we-
minerals in the water.
Mhm.
Everything was good.
but I was going to say we didn't worry about.
No, we drank
water.
from the water hose, man.
Heck yeah.
That's what I'm saying. So with the food and how much
They're
it's
poisoning the
changed
water. They're poisoning the food. It's all to make money. It's all to make everybody sick, so they have to be dependent
I agree.
on Big Pharma.
I agree.
I said it.
But yeah, your water is.
It's
Oh,
out
I
there.
agree with you 100%.
It's out there.
I 100%.
I would love to
We're
be on
giving-
here and go
we're
down some
giving-
rabbit holes.
We're giving my grandma, who is 92 years old, a flu shot. Why? Like, why are
I
we
don't
getting
ever
said?
do that.
My aunt is insistent on it.
Oh, I
We
never
give her
do
the
that.
COVID shot. First of all, she is 92 years old. Believe me, my grandma's had COVID 3 times. If it hasn't killed her, it has nothing to do with
That
the shot.
lady is not going.
She's not
down that
going
way.
anywhere because she ate so well. We just talked about it on the last podcast. She was
They
a
eat some
swimmer.
good- like Whole Foods. That's
She
what they do
ate
back
so
then.
well for so long. She refuses to die. She's not going
No.
anywhere. She's gonna hang on
Yes.
to the very
And
end.
look at the
Yes.
people dropping like flies now.
And you know what? There's people that are
Just
young.
that get dementia sooner than my grandma
Yeah.
at a
In
younger
their
age,
50s.
and they're gone. They're already
Yeah.
gone. And not my grandma. Today, she was sitting the other day. She tried to kick me when I was changing her diaper. She went for my hair the other night, and I was like, "Oh!" She called me a bitch, and I was like, "Yeah, you ain't going nowhere. You like."
You're on punishment.
Yeah, but it's because she's already built that immune system, right? So for
Right.
me, I'm like, why are you should see her list of medicines we're still giving
Well,
her.
before my dad passed,
It's
he
ridiculous.
refused, and he lived like
I told my
I don't
kids,
know
I
how
don't want
many
that.
years
I don't
not
want any of
taking
that
meds.
stuff.
Yeah, no, he wouldn't. He
If I'm going to
refused.
die at that point, let
Yeah.
me die.
He didn't take
Please.
anything.
Yeah, do not keep me on.
I've
I think
already
it kept him
given-
alive longer, not taking all the meds.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
we
And they
give
do.
her cholesterol, heart medicine, high blood pressure. And in my head, there's a part of me that's like, that stuff doesn't, like, if I stopped it all, it's not going to, I don't stop it because I know my aunts like are very persistent about it and I respect them and I give it to her. But I laugh like, what is this stuff? Like, and
Right.
why do you want her to live
Money.
longer when her mind is gone?
Yeah.
We've had a beautiful, amazing 92 years of her life and we're still giving her a flu shot and a COVID shot. I don't take those things, but
I
that's
agree
my
with you.
personal opinion.
I
Everybody
agree
has
with
a right to, what they want. But
Yeah.
I feel
I
like the
don't take the-
food, the vaccines, all of this stuff is
Well,
just horrible.
I have a question for all three of you, and you feel free to answer whoever you want. Like, just in sort of summarizing everything we're talking about with regard to food and healthy food. If someone were to partake and say, "Okay, I'm going to try to eat healthier for me and my family," by what percentage increase would their food bills be per month? Would it be 5%, 10%, 20%.
20 to 30%.
Yeah.
And
20
let's
to
just make this
30%
clear.
higher.
Me personally, Alina Pineda, not my children, me. Because my children get mad at me, my nephews get mad at me, even my 13-year-old niece gets mad at me. I do not eat healthy. Let's
I
make
don't
that clear.
either. Yeah, I don't either.
I need to start eating healthier to live healthier, my mind be more alert. That's my main goal, right? Has nothing to do with losing weight or any of that. I brought Jackie on because she does eat healthy. She has explained a lot to us. I wish we would have, you're going to have to come back and do a part 2 because we really haven't
Well,
even
we
touched
can
on
because
it.
we need to touch on because I live for this because I've
You've
been
lived
through
it.
it,
You lived
literally,
it.
and I
Lived it.
still do. Like
Right.
I still do. Like it's an everyday thing for me. Like
Yes.
and I make sure that I have like meal prep. Like I just do this so I don't fail
If
myself.
you go on vacation, because we got to wind it up. If you go on vacation, what do you eat? Well, I guess other countries are better than us. If you go
I
somewhere.
think so.
Well, they are. If you
they
went
are.
to like Croatia or Italy, you'd there's so many people like this guy that I saw on Instagram. He's like, and he's got a thyroid. He's got issues too.
Right.
He goes, and he's clean eater. He works out. He looks great. He goes, but it's like I have to work at it,
Yeah.
which we shouldn't have to work at it like
Well,
that because of the
you're
food
right.
that we
Yes.
I heard if you
I
go
agree.
to Italy and you ate spaghetti or pizza every day,
eat.
you don't gain weight.
And even my girlfriend went, and she's got like colitis, like all this like horrible stuff, right? She went there, never felt sick, ate stuff she never ate, like she couldn't eat here. Had energy, was just great, and she's very healthy, and she watches what she eats as well.
Wow.
She came back here. She goes the third day. She's like, I got bloated again, and it's not like trust me, she's just as healthy as I am.
Right.
And when we go out to our birthday girl dinner stuff, she's like, can't have that. I don't eat that. And she doesn't. And something in it will still affect her. But when she was in Europe, nope.
Well, when I went to Costa Rica, same thing. Not one day was I bloated, and I ate like a cow. And not one day I didn't feel sick. I didn't feel nothing.
They don't
good.
They don't do it. But here is just the United States is just that's a whole.
It's the land of the free.
That's another.
All right.
topic.
Well, thank you so much, Jackie.
Yes,
Thank
thank you
you,
for all the
Gina.
good info.
Well, we'll do a
Yeah.
part 2 because I kind of just threw in like how it all started.
Yeah, I feel like we fast forwarded through it, and so we really do have to have you come back on because
Yeah,
there's so many
definitely.
more
I
questions
wish
I have.
people took their health into a little bit more consideration and realized that food is medicine. And I know it sounds so cliche, but it is.
It's real.
Because
know.
if you sat there, and I'll tell you, if you ate cheeseburgers from wherever every day, you would definitely feel it. Versus if you said, you know what, let me just do this for like 1 week. I'm telling you, if you cut, you would feel amazing.
So you're telling me if I quit real quick, if I quit the sugar and change a lot of my diet, I'll notice a difference within a week?
You will start to see changes within a week.
Really? Will I be able to poop?
I don't have that problem.
It's because if you're telling me that you don't eat well, your fiber is horrible and
Yeah.
what you're eating is horrible, and that's not good.
Yeah. Oh, I definitely. I'm being real. I'm not gonna lie.
Right? No, I know a lot of
It's
women
not
have that
good.
problem, but I
it's
don't.
not
Yeah.
good. You need to,
I might have to. I
incorporate
might have to
your
try
fiber.
I might have to try it for a week and test and see if she's lying or not.
Right? And then no, just let me know because I can't do it. I'm not there yet.
Yeah.
I'm not there
thank
yet.
you guys
I still
so
want
much for coming
McDonald's.
on. If you are listening and you have not subscribed, I'm getting closer and
Please
closer. Please subscribe. YouTube, Spotify, Apple Podcast. We will not stop searching, looking at, posting everything about hashtag Justice for Jeannie. She's still missing. If her or anybody that sees her, knows her, contact her mom on all of her socials. And Annie has posted on Facebook Justice for Jeannie, and she has her phone number. And again, I'm surprised, but she put her actual phone number on there. Like she's like, anything you see, hear, know. I know she has investigators, she has all that. So, but thank you very much, and bye until next time. Bye.
Bye.